All right, in any event, let's go over some basic news. Step one, I want to link the guild's websites. If we get that down in the bottom of the channel, the first one is ruination.com. There's a Facebook link at the top right. I want to make sure that you are all registered for it, even though I understand many people do not use it. You can make a dummy profile on Facebook for your World of Warcraft character or a character from whatever game you're playing, and make sure that you have the guild. The reason for this is that every single major company, developer, or group uses Facebook, uses Twitter, uses social media to put out news. And we use this infrastructure to provide you with updates and access. So you're much better off being registered on the Ruin Facebook page so that when we get the first scoop on beta keys or other access for you, you can immediately have access to it. We will be updating our Facebook page. We'll be updating our Twitter and social media as we approach launch of some of the other major games that are coming out soon. But it is critical that you are all integrated into the guild's communication infrastructure. We have excellent forums. We have excellent communication in general. You should all be part of this. That will be part of the updated new members meetings for all new members coming in. It's critical that you are communicating and gaining access to what we have in terms of content for the website. The guild is very democratic when it comes to the production of content. That means that we have an entire warrant officer department that exists to provide guides, information, and news that is relevant to all of you. It is relevant to all of you because you can ask and request for content to be produced. That means if you want a class guide made, or you want an update on a certain game, or you want something that is relevant to gaming and or entertainment, you can go ahead and ask for that to be produced. Rate of Fire is the warrant officer on TeamSpeak to speak with. If you are interested in producing YouTube content or other useful information for the guild, he is the individual to speak with regarding all of that. It is important that you are all participating. We have some individuals up for promotion this week who are producing that content for all of you. For those of you starting out or interested in doing this type of work as a additional source of income or in a part-time job, it certainly does provide income. We understand that obviously people just starting out with live streaming or YouTube production or whatever media production that you're doing won't be making a ton of money to start, but it's certainly enough if you put the work in and you're helping people to cover for your game time subscriptions and probably to get some additional donations to upgrade your PCs here and there. So if you're willing to do good work, please contact us. We can get you partnered through Curse or through Freedom or other networks that are assisting us to provide content. We will be working on new scheduling for our live stream on Ruin TV. We will be producing more information for all of you on the relevant betas that we are playing. We're going to have a cycle of people in the guild who will be on the live stream specifically to provide you with access to betas that you might otherwise not be able to view, so that we can, in particular, looking forward, obviously, Warlords of Draenor for World of Warcraft, for Destiny, and for some of the other major games that we're looking at on the horizon. If you're interested in us covering other games that are out there, we will continue to do so. We're a multi-gaming community. We are looking, obviously, at all the major titles that are slated to come out in the next year or so. We do play quite a few games on the side. We have a very active WildStar branch and ESO branch. Guild Wars 2 is quieted down, and obviously World of Warcraft. There's also other groups that are setting up in Mobas. I believe Francesca is going to be setting up a team for Smite. Yes. Is that correct? Yes. He will speak after the news section of the guild meeting, discussing Smite and the team that he is setting up. Somebody seems to be hot micing, if you can give him a hand. In any event, we have maintained groups in League of Legends and Dota, etc. And if you play those games, obviously we have many channels on TeamSpeak specifically for that. You can find groups. We're always looking for talented people to step up. The guild is a meritocracy. If you're getting bored of X, Y, or Z game, would like to set up a new branch in another game that you're playing, please do so. We play FPS. We play RTS in general. We play everything that's out there to some extent. And if you're interested in setting up a community and are willing to abide by our guild charter, which is pretty simple, basically, don't be a racist, douchebag, asshole, elitist, prick, and treat people with respect, have fun, enjoy the games for what they are, be a true gamer, a lady and a gentleman, depending, and you'll do fine. We are always interested in what's out there. We come and go between games to check out what's going on. We don't really care about how mainstream a game is or not. We don't care about whether it's popular or not. We just check out games based upon their merit. There have been cycles where World of Warcraft was not in vogue, and people were playing this or that or whatever. We don't care. We're here to have fun. We want to know what the best game is, the best expansion, the best experience for everyone in the guild to be in. And our meetings on Tuesdays are to get all that information out to all of you. I've been putting up quite a few links and articles on our website, through our forums, and on Facebook and other social media. So make sure that you are linked through that. Is the link put out in the guild chat below? I want to make sure that that's done. I'll link it myself. There's a link. I can put it in my comment, I think. Description there. Make sure that's done. Make sure you guys are setting up so that we get you in and involved. We are looking for people to step up within the guild. There are multiple departments. The basic concept within the guild is that we have PvP, PvE, and HR, which essentially does recruitment and training for new members, helps out people, socializes, greets, and so forth. And then we also have warrant. Warrant officers are essentially technical and creative people within the guild. I want the talents of this guild from the member base to be showcased. We're looking for good people who can help out. You might not be the best leader in PvP or want to do a lot of raiding during your week, but you might be a great artist. You might be a musician. You might be a great video editor. You might have a great personality. There might be things that you can do which are useful to the guild in some other capacity that you can help out. You will be ranked up in that capacity so long as you take the time to get involved with the guild. The guild can provide you with access to whatever you need in terms of advancement and opportunity for you to be in a leadership role to provide a service to the rest of the guild. We are here with officers who are wanting to help you, to have access to whatever content is in the games, to provide you news. With a lot of great people at the core of the guild. There's a tremendous community here. I've been gaming for a long time. I have never seen a guild that does as much as we do as far as this. We have frequent meetups on both coasts in the United States now. We have the East Coast meetup on Cape Cod that just finished this past weekend. We have frequent get-togethers in the Southern California general area. We meet up for BlizzCon. There are groups that meet up for PAX. There are groups that meet up for Comic-Con and E3. We're out there. We're very, very active. Obviously, BlizzCon's a big deal. We do frequent Disneyland groups. There's so much that we're involved with, and all of you should get to know people here. The guild's been around for a long time. We're very stable. My objective is to provide the best environment for everyone here that we possibly can to get you access to the content you would like to provide. And so long as you're a decent human being and you do what you say you will do and treat others with respect, you will have access to everything here. There's no reason in the world that you shouldn't be able to complete your characters, maximize your gear, have fun, make friends, and set down a long-term home for yourself here. I want you to be long-term members here. I want you to look at your position with the guild and say, this is a place for me to advance, to be recognized for my talents, to become better as a leader, or whatever other area you're contributing in, and it will be something that ultimately helps the guild move forward. We've found so many excellent people recently that have been able to step up and help out, and who are really taking on additional responsibility to that end in World of Warcraft. Goose has been doing an excellent job setting up the new PvE runs. Obviously, we have an entire new branch in WildStar, which Morphine is leading and doing an excellent job. I had an opportunity to meet some of the people from that branch out on Cape Cod, and we had the get-together, some excellent, upstanding people, and I want to continue to find a way to do that. In addition, as an established organization, we actually have full-time employees in the guild now due to the success of some of the media that we've been producing. So we are able to help people to be on a career path in basically game media, news, coverage, etc., YouTube, etc. If you're interested in helping out in those areas, we can speak with you. It's not easy. Those jobs are, in fact, work. So you actually have to do work in order to get paid. But it is an option for people who are looking for something to do. If people are interested in quietly assisting with that process, there are so many ways that people who might be a little bit more fortunate and who are in a position to assist with investment to employ people within specifically gaming and entertainment. Obviously, we have many people here who are very interested in not just gaming, but television and movies and general entertainment, and love that sort of industry activities and get involved. We have a tremendous number of people who work in those industries within the guild. We've had many programmers and developers from games in this organization, many employees of Blizzard in the guild. There's obviously some on TeamSpeak right now, and we've been instrumental in championing improvements and the progression of the games that we play. The bottom line is that we want to help all of you to have your voices heard to make these games better. We've championed large-scale PvP and casual PvP as a major part of games that we play, and we see that basically reflected in every major launch that's come out in the last 2 years. Large-scale PvP is a big deal. It is the mainstay of major games coming out, and you can look at World of Warcraft with Warlords of Draenor is putting in Ashran. We've confirmed that will have, for all of you, the top-end PvP gear will be, for the first time, available from large-scale PvP. We don't know the exact numbers. They said 100 v 100 in that vicinity, which means 80 v 80 or 120 v 120, depending. We shall see. But it means that you don't need to do arenas and RBGs to get the max-end gear there. Obviously, games like Elder Scrolls Online and Guild Wars 2 are centered around large-scale PvP, and we've done tremendous campaigns in those games over the last 2 years, and it's something that we continue to want to do. So we are championing games being more than just arenas and RBGs. We believe that massive online multiplayer means exactly that. We want to be able to play with a large community of people and do great things and achieve large-scale events and group activities together. It's a lot more fun. I've really enjoyed building a guild based around that, and I think that going forward, it's a very bright future for us. We've been largely legitimized. We are about as mainstream as you can be at this point, and I'm very optimistic about where things are going. I think that as new generations of games are coming out due to the new launches of consoles, we're going to see large-scale group PvP and strategic gameplay as something that we can all do. And it's a great thing to be able to log in to TeamSpeak and say, where's the fight? Where's everyone playing? And go out, contribute, have fun, and then go back and do what you do in real life without it being a job. I don't really believe in the ultra-hardcore nonsense. We want this to be something where you can come in and participate, do well, be a competent player, and not have a bunch of literal 16 to 20-year-olds telling you that you are a terrible person and a noob because you're not X rating or this progression in some nonsensical PvE bracket or whatever. Games are entertainment. It's about fun. There are many people who are casual, who are excellent players, and that's why we've been able to build an organization out of players who believe as we do, and we've crushed all the opposition that we've gone up against as a result of the fact that we are inclusive, we do genuinely help people, and we have common sense rule systems here. A lot of people have contributed a tremendous amount of time and effort to make that something that is a reality, and a tremendous thank you to everyone who has made so many of the events a success. We've had a lot of work to make the Cape Cod trip, for instance, occur, and thank you for everyone who participated and contributed to the organization and financing of that. It was very nice. It was a high-end affair. We had a lot of good fun. It was a beautiful home. There will be pictures up on the Facebook. I think that some were put up prior. Multi-bedroom house, very close to the ocean. I had multiple cookouts, had some more formal dinners downtown, went out to the ocean, obviously, and just enjoyed ourselves. We'll be doing some similar activities on the West Coast. Many people are this basically Southern California area, so we will be getting together for some beach barbecues, Disneyland trips, and some other activities. So if you'd like to know times and information for that, you can speak with me directly or other organizers, or be active on our website or our social media, and you'll see what's up with that. If you're interested in stepping up within the guild, you can contact any of the officers in the guild about being promoted. Cargets, you are also somebody who is organizing groups. You can be spoken with regarding that. Deja is for HR. You can speak with her. Lazarus for any other PvP questions that you might have for intelligence gathering or whatever else. Rate of Fire is the man to speak to for any warrant officer positions, which are technical in nature, and we have some other leaders in different branches, depending. Obviously, Morphine for Wildstar, Impending Doom for Elder Scrolls Online, and there are other leaders for other branches that you'll be speaking with. I will be giving the floor to those individuals in a moment to go over what their information is. so that we can go forward with all of that. Is Morphine here, or is he out for the evening?
I am.
All right, Morphine. All right, thank you. Could you give a report on the progress of WildStar, any relevant patches and information?
Yep, we just unlocked the final tier of the guild perks. We're going to start purchasing all the benefits we can have as a guild. So shortly we will have an 8% leveling XP bonus for everyone in guild that will keep running at all times so that people can get leveled up more alts and support our raid functionality. Currently the PvP system is in a little bit of a disarray. There's a patch coming out shortly that should fix that. Basically the tier separation in the gear scores, or the gear abilities, are so great that it's a hindrance if you don't already possess it. So it's more difficult for lower level people to get involved at the moment. We're still rolling forward with the progression of the attunement. We're probably about 40% of the way to starting raiding, which we're a little bit delayed, but still going strong, slow and steady. So we'll be there shortly. Anybody interested in it? I still have a few trial keys if you want to give it a shot. Most people that try it usually end up buying it. So
WildStar, from personal experience, is a great PvE game. It's well done. It is something that reminiscent of World of Warcraft in many respects. Some of the same vanilla WoW developers are there. High production value, bug-free from as far as I can tell. Excellent launch, a very together game. Impending Doom, I believe, is out. He's back in the States with Aru right now. He is the branch commander for Elder Scrolls Online, but there are other officers there who I'm sure can answer some of your questions. There is new content coming out for that game. Francesca, did you want to discuss your Smite team? And I believe, Plutus, you had some other things you wanted to discuss regarding Counter-Strike and some other games.
Yes, please, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Smite is like a MOBA, like most games, but instead of it being a flat screen where you can't turn the computer or turn the camera, look around, see what's going on, it's more of an FPS, as in the respect of all of your auto attacks, all of your abilities are basically skill shots. So it's the first time you've ever seen like the combination of an FPS shooter game combined with a MOBA. It's somewhat like League of Legends.
How is it better than Heroes of the Storm?
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
False, you lose. Next.
Aww.
You can actually control your character.
Yeah, you can.
It's got the similar control style of World of Warcraft, where you have an auto attack and action skills.
Yes. All the characters in there are gods from different religions, such as Agni, the god.
Can I be Buddha?
Can I be Muhammad?
No, but you
Can I be Gandhi?
It's a
Muhammad's not a god.
like.
Yeah, there is.
Can I be Malcolm X?
Depends who you ask, but whatever.
You can be any god that's non-controversial.
Yeah.
Can I be Jesus?
You can
No,
look
you
it up
cannot be
online.
Damn it!
All right, gentlemen, we digress. Moving on to the next. Plutus, did you have
Jesus
something to
would be
discuss? FPS and Counter-Strike tapes?
I'm looking to start a Counter-Strike team if anybody else is interested. Counter-Strike Go. There's a bunch of us playing from the guild. CSGO.
The newer one?
Yeah, the newer one. It's on Steam sale this week, summer sale or whatever.
How much does it cost? Off of that.
It's like $10.
$15. 10.
Yeah.
Please, can I join your team?
I might be taking up with that.
Vertical, you're going to be leading the team. What are you talking about?
I was told I could never join them yet because I was being...
All right, very good. Next bit, Modius, Scoodles, are you on? All right, to discuss any updates regarding Star Citizen?
They've been patching some of the bugs with the multiplayer and working on their back end. It's a lot of fun, and the combat's making a lot of progress. But again, it's summer, so it's pretty slow right now for updates.
All right, very good. If for anyone who does not know what that is, it is the product of the original Wing Commander production. It's a most successful Kickstarter of all time. It's a free flight science fiction space shooter sim. Very good, very promising. We're looking at it for the future. Tierla, so you want to discuss the Warlords of Draenor beta?
Yes, I'm here.
Excellent, please, go ahead.
Alright, so last Wednesday, they updated the Warlords of Draenor beta to give us access to, I guess, 2 new zones in Gorgrond and Talador. And they also gave us access to Ashran, the level 100, I guess, back and forth PvP battle. And it is...
Guild meeting, but join us in front of Orgrimmar.
A lot of fun playing in Ashran. It is basically a, I guess you could say it's a linear line, not physically, but it is a linear line combat of 7 points going back and forth, very much like, I guess if you could say it's an AV Turtle, so to say, or the old Hillsbrad versus South Shore versus Terra Mill battles that happened in Hillsbrad. It's very much like those two. It has, you can loot other players and get items off of them. You can turn those items in to summon things like, for instance, there's an ancient in here, so you can summon like the old Ibis in Alterac Valley. You can summon a battalion of paladins, etc. They have basically a class lead of every spec.
So it's AV
of every
again.
class in the base. Yeah, it's like AV 2.0. It's a lot of fun, but that's not, I mean, the entirety of it. Excuse me.
Have you seen any of the gear drop from it?
No, we have not seen any gear drop. They have not put that into the game. Aside from the central battle that happens through the center of the zone, there's also things that you can do off to the left and right hand side of the zone that are not necessarily PvE based, but you can go do them to get buffs to increase your, I guess, battle standing within the center of the zone. So the entire zone is built kind of like, it kind of reminds me of Throne of Thunder, except for the fact that it's got a linear line going down through the center. That's the bulk of the battle of everything that's going on.
How big would you say it is? Like 2 AVs?
No. It's wider than AV, but I don't think it's as long as AV. I'm actually going to see if I can... The PvE objectives are basically for PvP purposes, though. And you can have little side groups go off to the side and complete objectives to make the central battle shifting your favor.
Do you want me to go check it out?
Central battle.
I need a scout. Yes, one scout.
Right,
the central battle is run by reinforcements. So when your reinforcements begin to drop, you have like captains are added to the battle that come and help you. They're named after famous players in WoW or famous streamers, etc. Like there's a Swifty in the game and there's a Bajira in the game. And they come to battle and they help you. And once your reinforcements reach 0...
What the fuck?
Murder is inappropriate at this time. We'll get to the murder in a moment. Thank you.
Yeah, no, please hold off on killing it.
Charles the Butler did that.
Continue, Tyrannos.
Once your reinforcements have reached 0, the clock on the battle resets 30 seconds, and then the battle begins again. So it is non-stop action. There's always continually something going on in this battle. I guess it's kind of a battleground of sorts, but it's continuous. It's like the old Alterac valleys that never seem to end.
Excellent. And you can do this to basically cap out your gear and conquest, unlike previous iterations.
I believe that the conquest gear that we'd be looking for will be dropping off of the general at the head of each base, so the equivalent of, you know, the Stormpike General in AV or the Drekthar in AV. And they have 2 of those on each end. I do not know if they'll be dropping off of players specifically, but I'm pretty sure that they will be dropping off of those individuals. They have not put it in the game yet, so we're not sure. It will be in the game, though, at some point, and it will have tertiary stats on it. And these tertiary stats, it's not like, you know, your haste and your crit and your multi-strike. It's more things like movement speed buff, and, you know, maybe a resource reduction, etc., those types of things.
Excellent.
Otherwise, aside from Ashran, they've opened the 2 new zones, and we're just kind of playing through them. Garrisons are a lot more fun than people are giving them credit at all, so don't be disappointed in anything in this expansion. It's pretty good so far.
Right, excellent. For those of you who have been checking in on the expansion, it does look great. They've made some really tremendous improvements.
Oh, sorry.
Just kick him.
Take that person.
It's Pally's easy access.
God, I love the screaming.
Banned.
Who's the
The wrong person.
They're dealt with.
We're fixing it. Calm down.
Right. In any event, it's just
My
somebody's
connection to the server
somebody
might
is
be
screaming in the
DOSing.
background and they don't have the what do you call it? They don't
Push to
have
talk.
push to talk on. That's just kids in the background. All right, very good. No. Go ahead and ban them. Whoever did it, just make sure they're banned. Real quick, that concludes, I believe, our general news. Were there any other officers or above who required some time to discuss any other major game launches? Other news, other information. Good to go. All right. As I
just
said,
have one question.
go ahead.
Are we doing like a Destiny group?
We are, in fact, I believe that. Are you just a little loud? Plutus will be. Yes, please turn yourself down. Plutus and a few others are in Destiny for the alpha and beta. If you're interested, please contact them for details. We'll have that going forward.
Or the Xbox One version, if you're looking for the PS4 version, I think somebody else is in it.
Yeah, I have the PS4 beta right now.
Yeah, I have
And
the
if
Xbox One beta.
anyone wants the Xbox One beta key, I can probably get another one.
Very good. Plutus, I need that report real quick before we move out.
Yeah, I'm moving right through the gates right now. I'm checking.
You good with Wildstar?
And just one more question about the Destiny. How are you gonna do the team speak, or like what are we gonna do?
Turn yourself down, man.
You can use this.
You could just add me to friends list or whatever in the Xbox or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll do it later in TeamSpeak. Anybody that's interested in playing.
We
Destiny.
haven't thought about the logistics very significantly of how we're going to play Destiny as a guild / clan or whatever. As more details become available, as it becomes closer to launch, we'll work those details out.
All right, thank you very much. So once again, that's the comprehensive news for the week. If you're in the other branches, thank you for coming. I'm sure your officers will have some additional information for you. Otherwise, we have some events in World of Warcraft. Non-WoW groups, you can move back to your channels, and for your events, everyone else should follow me. Plutus, I just need a report from you, and then I'll have everyone move out.
Yeah, I need like 40 more seconds to get in a position.
All right, I want everyone to be moving into Ogrimmar to Cleft of Shadows. Follow me. You're moving into Cleft of Shadows. Follow the group. You can stay on Flying Mounts. Follow me. I'm on the Golden Dragon. That's the tunnel that goes below.
Do we have a Warlock for sure with the group?
That's not necessary. All right, should be all taking the portal here in Cleft of Shadows. Group on the side.